Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry that I did not get to put this video up on Friday because I was not able to film it last Sunday when I would normally film it, and then I was really busy and wasn't able to film it any time else during the week. So here we are. So I've been on Booktube for 5 months now, so I thought it was a perfect time to do an introduction book tag. This is called, I think, the Newbie Booktube Tag, and I've seen it go around. I've seen several people do it. It's I'm not sure who created it, but if I can find the original creator, I will link it down below. But it's basically an introduction to you and your channel. I know, we've been here 5 months, but I should have done this first, and I didn't, so we're doing it now. Okay, so question number 1. Why did you start this channel? It was 2020, summer, in Alabama, my first year here. Very lonely, very hot, stuck indoors. And I thought, why not talk about books to the internet? So I had a blog for several years, and it started off as more like a angsty teenage blog and turned into like a book review blog. But it was a lot of work, and I self-hosted, so it was quite a lot of money, to be honest. And I just didn't use it very much. I ended the blog and then had like a year off, and the whole time I wanted to start a YouTube channel. Like, I've wanted to do Booktube for quite a long time, especially since I had a tripod and a camera already, and just like could never convince myself to do it because of, I was too self-conscious, and But then the pandemic happened, and right in the middle, well, I guess right before that, I moved to a new state where I don't know anyone, and I work from home, so I'm inside all the time, and needed some new hobbies. So we decided to start this channel, and it's been a lot of fun. It's kept my mind active in an otherwise very drab year. Number 2, what fun or unique things can you bring to Booktube? And I mean, to be honest, I'm a 20-something white girl, so I'm really not bringing anything new to this table. Everything I do has been done before. So I hope that you just come here to relax, to chill, to hear me talk about books without actually really talking about books. Sometimes talk about The Legend of Korra, and just like be nerdy and relaxed together. That is my goal. Number 3, what are you most excited about for this new channel? Really learning new skills. Like, I've never done, I mean, I have now 5 months later, but I had never done like any type of video. I didn't know anything about video editing or uploading or sound or anything like that. So it's been fun to learn a new skill through this, and I look forward to like expanding that skill set. So this sounds like a job interview. And also, like, I like talking about books, and I love it when like I recommend a book and one of my friends, or like even people who I don't know in real life, but if someone reads the book I recommend and they like it too, that's super exciting. And I find so many books that I love through Booktube too, so it's a nice community. I like it. Number 4, why do you love reading? And I guess most people love reading because it's an escape. It is nice to like jump into a new life, but I also really appreciate like the art of storytelling, and I like to unpack the way the authors weave and craft stories. I find that very interesting. I love that like someone has come up with the story and is giving it to you in the way that they decided was the best way to tell this story. And I don't know, there's just something like intimate about that, and like wholesome and refreshing, and I don't know if that makes sense. But the other thing about reading with books, like, it is a form of media. Like, you do get stories in other ways, like through TV shows and movies and whatnot. But with books, it is so singular. Like normally they're just written by one person. And like a book is never one person. You also have like the publishers and editors and things like that. But the story itself is normally originates from one person, and this person really normally, like, authors put so much of themselves in their books, and like they pour themselves into it, and it can take years to write a book. And I don't know, there's just something like so amazing about that, to be able to like enjoy this thing that like dominated this person's life for so long, and they were willing to like give up pieces of themselves to share with an audience. And yeah, I don't know. Okay, number 5. What book or series got you into reading? And I guess like there have been different phases of my life where I got into reading. I was not much of a reader as a kid, although like pretty much everyone else my age, Harry Potter did play a big role into getting me into reading. But then like middle school and high school, I didn't read a whole lot, but I know The Hunger Games really did have an impact. Well, and Twilight. Okay. So Twilight, early high school for me, and Hunger Games, late high school, are really like the two YA beacons of that time period that like really made me hold on to reading. And then in college, I did take like a YA class where we had to read, I think, 20 like award-winning YA books. And so that helped me branch out, and it helped me kind of like dissect how YAs are written. And then I got into audiobooks during grad school because that was the only way I could like read for fun. And then after grad school, when I finally was done with school and had time on my hands, I really just like went wild. Got on Goodreads, started, my blog, reviewing books on my blog, and got on Bookstagram too. Goodreads really, really helps because they make you want to read a lot. Number 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? When you do watch a YouTube channel like regularly, they become more like celebrities in your mind. So I feel like if I were ever to meet one of the booktubers I watch regularly, I would just like not be able to, my mouth would not be able to function. But I guess I would ask more about like their process and like the struggles they've gone through, any like tips, things like that. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna be like top tier booktuber, nor I don't think I would ever want to really be top tier booktuber, because there's so much pressure that comes with that. And like, it's enough to just put out one video a week for me. I can't imagine putting out like 3, 4, or 5. That's a lot. And then balancing reading, and then like getting review copies from publishers, and then having to like respond to comments and grow. And it's just, how do you guys do it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't really have any good profound questions for these booktubers, but I am in awe of everything they are able to accomplish. Number 7, what challenges do you believe starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? And like, so far in the past 5 months, the hardest challenges have been like tech issues. It's been a learning curve, let me tell you, trying to get the audio and it's just like, because I don't like asking questions. I like being able to figure things out on my own. And when it's something that you are totally unfamiliar with, you've never done before, I should probably just ask questions. But instead I'm like, no, I'm gonna trial and error my way through this. So lots of tech issues. So sorry, especially for those first few videos. The quality was not very good. Other than that, just like getting views. And I know that there is more I can do to like develop an audience, but again, like, this is a hobby for me. I do work full time. I have other hobbies, and I don't want to have to like constantly, like, I still want it to be fun, and to a point where if all you're doing is worrying about the numbers, then it doesn't become fun anymore. So I wish the people would just magically come to me, which is not going to happen. But growing the audience while still keeping it fun, I think, will be a challenge. Okay, number 8, when did you start reading? We kind of talked about this before. I did not read much as a kid. I don't remember reading like books until 3rd grade. Like, I don't think I read a physical book until 3rd grade. Like, besides like children's picture books, but the Babysitter's Club I remember reading in 3rd grade, or like the little sister of the babysitter. I can't remember. Yeah, so I did not read as a kid. My parents, like my dad is a reader, but they didn't really like read to me. And then in 4th grade, it just really took off. It's like 4th grade really focused on reading, like that whole year. And we spent an hour every day where it was just reading time. And I remember my teacher had like a really good like library in her classroom, and she would recommend all these books. And I remember we read Holes and Tuck Everlasting in the class. And yeah, so that class I think is what sparked my love for reading. And ever since then, I've just like really appreciated it. So thank you, 4th grade teachers. Mrs. Schultz, I think was her name. You did me good. So number 9, where do you read? I almost listen to audiobooks exclusively at this point because I'm so bad at sitting down to actually read. I get so tired so quickly and bored. Like, I love reading, but it also like just puts me to sleep. So mainly audiobooks in the morning when I'm getting ready, taking my dog out, making coffee, things like that. I read in this chair a lot, but when I read in this chair, it's normally across the room. I move it here to film. On the couch, mainly those places. Normally in the evenings. I'm not a morning person, so like the people who wake up early to read, like, you guys are next level. I wish that I could function like that, but I can't. So normally it's like after I get off work, I'll try to read a little bit because I'm not super tired yet. I will try to read sometimes before I go to bed, but normally like I can't last that long. So last question, number 10, what kind of books do you like to read? This has changed over the years, really. I used to be all about YA contemporary, and I do still like YA contemporary. I will go back and reread it a lot. In fact, right now I'm listening to Turtles All the Way Down for the 3rd time. But lately I've been into sci-fi more. I'm more apt to enjoy a sci-fi book rather than a fantasy. I don't really like fantasy that much, which surprises a lot of people. I really, really don't like low fantasy, like magical realism. I find it frustrating. I try to get into classics. I'm trying to read more nonfiction and poetry and graphic novels. Like, I don't want to just stick to one genre. I want to branch out. But right now, I think sci-fi is my most beloved genre. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new to Booktube, please let me know in the comments. We can have a chat. Tell me what your favorite book is. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I try to put out book-related videos every Friday. Sometimes they're not book-related, and sometimes it's not on Friday. But normally, book-related content on Fridays. Sometimes The Legend of Korra. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye. What is this tag talk called? Hopefully this goes up on Monday, maybe Tuesday. We'll see. So I've been on Booktube for... Am I in focus? I did not prepare for these questions, and so I don't have answers prepared. We're just gonna roll with it. I blogged for several years. Oh, something's flashing on my camera. Me. I. It's just me. Unique things can you bring to book? What font? cannot even talk when I'm reading the words off of a screen. Okay, I feel so bad because my most popular video is my Legend of Korra one that I did pretty early on, and the audio is terrible. Sorry that this video is late, like late in the week, but also like 5 months late. Like and subscribe. No, how do I normally say this? So if you're into that, please return to this channel and I will see ya next time. It's like I've never done an outro before.